the season. Goal positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only if you find a way to win. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome at Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Brown has it, and he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Makes the catch. It's Craver. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn that field, and you saw that right there.
Wants to throw on first down. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick six. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
The Dogs will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll run it to the right side. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Craver. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
They'll try the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football.
Looking for a deep man. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Excellent job by this defense. You know they watched the tape last week. This offense was humming. They were clicking. They were in rhythm. You knew they would be aggressive, and they are in the first drive. Great discipline in the back end. Shows up, shows out, and creates the first takeaway of this football game.
They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way out to the 32-yard line before he's forced out of bounds.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. To the ground with the back. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Irish come to the line facing second and short. It's Payne. He's got room. Racing down the left side. Past the 10. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Well, after ripping off a big-time run on his opening carry, a negative play this time around, and this is going to be key. They're going to keep giving him the ball, and they need him to have more positive plays than negative ones if they're going to win.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Into the end zone. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. The 50. Past the 30. Inside the touchdown Bulldogs. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
And that's a great job by the defender there, back in his own end. He knew he had to make a play. He jumped the route, caught it, and he takes it all the way back. Forget flipping the field. How about scoring a touchdown?
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Got his man on the right. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and this offense, man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's a kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Back to pass. Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
That guy might not be the tallest wide receiver in the world, but he sure is quick coming out of his break, and he shows you on that slant throw.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Still looking, on the move. Creates a little space. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. I guess in this case, the scramble giveth and the scramble taketh away, and the ball was taken away.
And I'm not sure if he just didn't see an open guy downfield or if his receivers didn't do a good enough job on the scramble rule getting open. But at the end, quarterback held on to it way too long. That allowed the defense to catch up to him. Great to take it.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll try it again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with if they know they're in field goal range, they can take the 3 points on the board.
They'd be looking at a 53-yard field goal from here. Instead, they'll try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Humphries. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the 1st down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. And listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that 1st down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. Uga trying to make this red zone trip pay off. Red pass, it's complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. For some teams, the road into the top 25 can be a little more treacherous than for others. And once you get there, you've got to convince the rest of the country you deserve to stay.
And I think that's what's next for this squad. They've earned the right to get in the top 25. People are noticing what they're doing. Now, let's continue to build on it because they haven't proven they're a top 10 team, and they want to get to that point.
Yeah, let's stay hungry. Let's not be satisfied with the fact that we just broke into the top 25. Let's get in the top 20, top 15, top 10. Let's make the college football playoff. Don't want to get ahead of your skis here.
Got some room headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, and knocked it right down the middle. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point.
Turning it on! Touchdown, Irish! A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Looking to pass. It's Dampier. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off. He gets a positive gain.
And the Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Looking to throw for it. Starting to feel a little pressure. Crosses to 35.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
And the Dogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Makes the grab. It's Branch. Flying out to the left. He's at the tip. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Dogs!
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver. Good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The Irish might opt to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Looking for a crease to the left. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's 3rd down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Punt is on its way. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They give it to him again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
You just need more from your offensive line. 2nd and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up 3rd down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
The Dogs really need to keep this drive alive on third down. To the air, it's Dampier. Right on the money. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Quickly complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Somehow fits it into that traffic. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Dampier. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there, understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, and he's able to use his athleticism to get that first down.
Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with a trip to the house. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on 1st down. With the catch, it's Perez. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Zings it complete to the right. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Grabbed in the middle, it's Smith. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Notre Dame right back to the line. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on second and short. Quarterback may change this route. Off play action. Pressure coming. Fires on the move. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Back swinging for the goal line. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Running back looking for the end zone to the left. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Well, the head coach has to love what he saw from his offense here at the very end of the first half, when you got to have it. Execution has got to be great in these 2-minute type situations. Really nice job handling the situation by the quarterback, making sure all 10 other guys on offense are on the same page. And they're still losing the football game, but that's a touchdown they absolutely needed to have here at the end of the first half.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Looking downfield, it's Dampier. Sends it downfield. Snatches it on the right. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays.
Timeout, Georgia.
One more snap coming before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here come the Irish back on offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Breaks into the open. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big run.
Yeah, and this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
Speeding down the left side. The 20. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And here they come, almost all the way back.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Give to Brown. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Wants to throw. It's Dampier. On target. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
They'll leave it with him. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Humphries. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Some fresh air. Shakes off the defender. He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Scanning the field, it's Dampier. Caught over the middle, it's Craver. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
That had to be a coverage bust because there is no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Pulls it in. It's Craver. Just discarding tacklers, punching and grinding his way to the 23.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Got it, looking for the first down. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
21.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Quickly to the tight end. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. Wants to go up top. Hauls it in. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Might be calling a hot route. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll give it to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Dampier. With the catch, it's Humphries. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And the Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Johnson. No siree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play.
21.
So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. They'll send the back in motion. They'll toss it to the left. There he goes. And he's dragged down.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier 3rd down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the 1st down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on 3rd down. And shoot, and I got 4th down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. 3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. They'll try to run for it. They're going to stop him short, and man, we haven't seen a lot of that. This offense has been a machine on 3rd down.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, 3rd and short, I just got to fall forward and get the 1st down, Palmer. But the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy you know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
Wanting to move the chains, here comes Georgia on 4th down. Has to get there to move the sticks. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Dogs! And they take it in for 6 more points. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes, continue to feed this man the ball. 'em. 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 'em.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish, and he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Looking for a gap, it's Frazier. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he ran away from the crowd and he'll take it in. Touchdown Bulldogs! They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Ready to get moving. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Bust through behind his pad. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Running the red zone, it's Brown. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep.
Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? UCLA is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to USC. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield, it's Baker. That's reeled in, it's Williams. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Second down, he'll throw it. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Norton. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Irish! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there's some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And the Dogs, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. On the ground, it's Frazier. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They might want to find a way to put it in drive and go forward. It's 3rd and 16. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Pulls it in, it's Perry. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Nice job by the defense there on 3rd and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up 4th.
Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the tight end. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Complete to the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
You got to give this defensive staff a ton of credit. They had a plan for this guy, right? They've watched him on film. He's been eating defenses alive. They've limited him. That was only his first catch. They've changed up their coverages. They've gotten after the quarterback. Great defensive game plan coming into this one.
Oh, they're after him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
To the air, it's Baker. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. He wants to change this route. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. Makes the grab. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they were ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
They can stop the clock a couple more times, and they need to get it back fast, down 2 possessions as the clock keeps winding down.